Hey, yo, this is your boy Post. You're now tuned in to hoodactionnews.com. Let's get the show started. So, as you can see, the lead topic today, if you actually looked at the thumbnail, so the lead topic of today is going to be Donald Trump in Chicago. Where is Donald Trump at in Chicago, right? So where's Waldo? That's the topic of today. Where's Waldo? Where's Donald Trump in Chicago? Now, over the holiday weekend in Chicago, there were various shootings in Chicago. More than 20 shootings happened over the holiday weekend in Chicago. Now, I'm posing the question, where's Waldo? Because didn't Donald J. Trump put this on the screen? So if you're joining in, need some subscribers. So listen, didn't Donald J. Trump promise to go to Chicago? Now, he's probably on the way there, but now I'm going to pose the question, right? Now, this is to people in Chicago. This is to Democrats or Republicans, whatever you are. I'm going to pose the question. Is he right or is he wrong? So is Donald Trump right or wrong for wanting to go to Chicago? Over now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm like I'm on the fence about this topic because this is why I'm on the fence about Donald Trump sending troops to Chicago, right? Let me go to this screen. So let me tell you why I'm actually on the fence about Donald Trump sending troops to Chicago. A, he's only sending troops. So Donald Trump is only sending troops to liberal cities, right? So I'm like, okay, crime doesn't just happen in liberal cities, right? So that's one reason I'm like, are you authentic? Do you really want to stop crime? Or do you just want to piss off the mayors of liberal cities, right? So that's A right there, right? On the other side, a city like Philadelphia, which I am in, the crime is horrible. Anything could help. You know what I'm saying? You can send the Easter money to Philly and it'll help. You know what I'm saying? Send anybody here, right? So that's, if you're tuning in to my program, my channel, hoodactionnews.com, your boy posts, that's my view. Do you really want to stop crime on the Donald Trump's end? And on the other end, a city like Philadelphia, Chicago, Los Angeles, send anybody in. You know what I'm saying? Send Santa Claus in. Look, send Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy in. You know what I mean? So that's my political view. Send in, listen, send in anybody. You know what I mean? Because now, like I said, for an example, over the holiday weekend that just passed, we're actually still in it, right? So we're still in this weekend, right? It's today. Today is Monday, right? Let me make sure I got my days mixed up. So today is September 1st. So we're actually still in Labor Day, right? Send somebody in, right? Now, I got a lot of news today. I really have some unnerving news, right? But right now, let's actually take a look at what I'm talking about, right? Now, this is more evidence of why Donald Trump may want to send troops to Chicago. So I mean, you gotta call a spade, right? Put aside your dislikes for people and think what does the city really need. But if you're going to send troops to Chicago, send them to everywhere else where it's crime at. You know what I'm saying? Like send them to Texas. I ain't heard. Listen, I haven't heard nothing about Donald Trump sending troops to Texas, Houston. You know what I'm saying? What other place in Texas? Dallas. So the real question is Donald Trump disingenuous? So is your uncle Donald J. Trump disingenuous about sending troops to Chicago? But does Chicago need troops in it? Yes, Chicago needs G.I. Joe in that mother. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at what's going on in Chicago. Chicago. Now this is over the weekend. Now obviously this is after he wants to send troops there, right? First. So he obviously wants to send troops. So let's take a look.
Weekend so far in Chicago with more than a dozen shootings in 48 hours.
WGN's Brona Tumblety joins us from 35th and Michigan with details. Brona?
Now look, hold on. I'm gonna stop this. They have on. So look, you can tell from when they reported this. you can tell from when they actually reported this and when they put this video out, the shootings went up because he said more than a dozen. Their title says 20 plus. So the number went up from the time they created this video and the time they put the video out.
Good evening, guys. Since Friday evening around 5 o'clock, there have been at least 21 shootings across the city, totaling about 36 victims, at least 5 of whom have died. A series of shootings in the last 48 hours have left 5 people dead in Chicago. This as the Trump administration possibly prepares to send thousands of National Guard members to our city. Today, bullet holes still visible in vehicles along the 1900 block of West 17th Street in Pilsen, some even being driven with smashed glass. It's after a shooting around 1:30 this morning, in which police say 3 men in their 40s were hit. Residents say the 2 youngest of those victims, believed to be aged 41 and 43, were attending an outdoor party when someone approached with a gun and shot them both in the legs. The older victim, whom police say was 46, passed away. Locals say he was homeless and harmless, well known in the neighbourhood. Witnesses tell WGN he was shot in the head, execution style. Less than half an hour.
Why does this person have an Irish accent?
Before all of this, 4 people were struck on the 2700 block of West Haddon Avenue in Humboldt Park. All were in their 20s and 30s and taken to various hospitals in good condition. And a separate incident earlier in the evening in Bronzeville saw 7 victims. It happened along the 3500 block of South State Street shortly after 11. Authorities believe it to be a drive-by shooting, with someone in a vehicle opening fire into a crowd. All of the victims were shot in their lower limbs, and all are expected to survive. So far, no arrests in any of those incidents. As we've been reporting, though, if you look at the latest CPD data available, crime overall in the city this year is down by about 13%. And if you look specifically at shooting incidents, it has dropped by almost 40% on last year's numbers. We're live at the.
That's cat. Now, see, look, this is why I exist, right? So this is why we exist. People that do YouTube and have podcasts and news shows and stuff like that. She said the number. Let me go back to the exact number. Now, all of a sudden, your numbers dropped. You know damn well that the numbers didn't drop in no Chicago, yo.
And all are expected to survive. So far, no arrests in any of those incidents. As we've been reporting, though, if you look at the latest CPD data available, crime overall in the city this year is down by about 13%. And if you look specifically.
So listen. Listen to the conflict. Listen to the confliction of this. She says crime is down by 13% first, right? And then she says no arrests have been made in these shootings. So that's like your crime is not down. So crime is down 13%, right? And no arrests have been made in these current shootings. So it's like a conflict. Why would you report that together, right? These shootings are adding to, you know, that these shootings that just happened haven't been calculated in that 13%. Like Ray Charles can see that, right? So listen, Ray Charles can see that if your crime dropped by 13% and you just had over 21 people get shot in a mass shooting over the weekend, that what happens now is not calculated that fast in that 13%. You know, that 13% is probably year over year from last year. You know what I mean? So it's probably, see, I'm talking my corporate talk. If you don't know what year over year is, just like the numbers from the year, right? So if you're looking at your year-over-year numbers, 13%, if something happens today, it's not calculated in that. So why would you report that, like trying to say that like crime is down in Chicago now, right? And we've been seeing people in Chicago get knocked off all year. You know what I'm saying? So that, I don't know. I don't know about that. Now, as much as y'all don't like Trump, right? I'm 50-50 in on Trump too. I'm like 50-50. Like, to me, he's just another politician. You know what I mean? So Trump, the politician, right? I'm gonna start saying that Donald Trump, the politician, because all of these people are politicians and they're trying to skew numbers, right? So Brandon Johnson is the mayor of Chicago. Everybody is full. Yo, I'm telling you, every politician is a little kid in show and tell, trying to show you a toy, trying to win the pizza party. They're basically all the same, is what I'm trying to tell you. Every politician is the same. If you take out the Democrat and the Republican, it's just two people that would look. If you got two politicians, right, and you take out the Democrat and Republican, they're going to do the same exact thing. So listen, if you have two politicians and you take out Democrat and Republican, both politicians are going to do the exact same thing that they do now, but without the party titles. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So is Donald Trump being disingenuous, right? And is the Chicago mayor and everybody under the mayor lying about the numbers? The answer is yes and yes. Donald Trump is being disingenuous, but he's probably right. Now, I'm going to break that down. So Donald Trump is being disingenuous, but he's probably right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I'm trying to make an analogy. It's like your mom giving you a whooping and you didn't really do nothing. Your mom was trying to give you a whooping before you even do anything. You know what I mean? And then you would say, Mom, why did I get a whooping? And she's only giving you a whooping because she was mad at something else. Like, you know what I mean? That's a bad analogy. It's a funny analogy, but it's a bad analogy. But Donald Trump is definitely disingenuous because you sending the National Guard to all liberal cities, right? But do all of those cities need the help? Yes. Does Chicago need the help? Yes. And like I said, I'm in Philadelphia, so I'm not going to call the kettle black, right? Not going to call the kettle pot to the pot black, right? But yeah, Donald Trump is definitely disingenuous, but he's probably right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna send troops there just to be spiteful, but you actually really need them. You know what I mean? The timing, right? Soon as you start talking about your numbers are down and all that, nope, I'm sending in troops. Would I had done? I probably would. I don't know. I probably would do the same thing, especially if you telling me you don't need troops. Like, yo, this is murder Chicago. You telling me you don't need troops? Like, come on now. Like you telling me that. So listen, a couple years ago, Chicago had more murders than the Iraq war, right? So the war in Iraq, Chicago, that's why they called it Chirac. So you mean to tell me that y'all are calling yourself Chirac and you telling me you don't need the National Guard in there? I'm just, I mean, just think about it. Like now, put Donald Trump aside. Put me in as president, right? So Put Donald Trump aside. Put me in as president. Brandon Johnson, you can't look me in the eye and tell me that your own people are calling Chicago Chirac and you don't need help. You don't need troops in there. So your own people are calling Chicago Chirac and you don't need troops to come in there. Nigga, please. let me listen. Let me be the president. I'm the president right now. I would just be bluntly, I would be like, Mr. Johnson, how you doing, my brother? How you doing? So I heard your people are calling Chicago Chirac. So you telling me you don't need help? And then you know how he talk. It's, I can't do a Brandon Johnson voice, but like, come on, bro. Yo, leave a comment below. Should troops go into Chicago? I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't see why they shouldn't. I don't see it. Is he being spiteful? Yes, but I don't see why they shouldn't be there. I really don't see it. Now, the way he should do it might be different. I would send the troops to work. I would send the troops to directly work with the police department. Like, come up with a strategy is what I'm trying to say. So I would send in troops, have them meet with the current police department and come up with a strategy and have the police, have asked the police, like, where do y'all need us at? Right? Where do y'all need us at? Like something like that. Come up with a strategy. But the way Donald Trump is doing it, he's just sending them in for a takeover. That was disingenuous. Does Chicago need troops? Yes, the answer is absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Yo, if you just joining in, like, share, subscribe. We got a lot more news. But this is the topic. This is the topic of if you're just joining in, over the holiday weekend, 20 plus shootings in Chicago. Does Donald Trump need to send troops in there? I don't know. It's a coin toss. Right? Now let's move on to the next topic here. Let's move on, moving on up. I don't know why that song popped in my head. So let me see something. Let's see, where are we going? What state are we going to? Yo, you know what? I'm gonna go diabolical on y'all. This is crazy. Listen, some stuff is probably more important, but this is the craziest story that I got today. Like, hands down, right? Now, if you're out here dating, you want to listen to this one. So if y'all are out here dating, you definitely want to pay attention to this story that I'm about to put on the screen. So South Florida man, I can't even say it. South Florida man rammed woman with SUV. Hold up. Yo, I can't even complete this one. South Florida man rams woman with SUV after she didn't let him smell her feet. Yo, what are y'all eating out here, yo? Like, what What is going on in Florida, yo? Oh my God, I'm in tears, yo. I can't take it. Yo, so South Florida, yo, how listen, when people on the news, I can't look at you with a straight face and say this. South Florida man rams woman with SUV after she didn't let him smell her feet. Like you can't even keep a straight face with that one. So let's take a look at what happened. I can't even keep a straight face with this one.
Turned in a one and only exclusive. A woman tells us she's lucky to be alive after her date hits her with his car.
Yeah, but before he drove off, he kept asking her about her feet. A Local 10's Rosh Lowe joining us live in Aventura with a breakdown for us.
Strange.
Yo, he is sicko. Yo, dude is a sicko. Yo, I can't even play this, yo. Dude is a pure sicko.
He was turned in a one and only exclusive. A woman tells us she's lucky to be alive after her date hits her with his car.
Yeah, but before he drove off, he kept asking her about her feet. A Local 10's Rosh Lowe joining us live in Aventura with a breakdown for us.
Strange, bizarre, and certainly something didn't smell right here. We've all heard horror stories about online dating, but this suspect, well, he didn't pass the smell test.
This guy asked to smell your feet?
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
Well, initially we had met up because I was going to sell him my sneakers.
She knew something didn't smell right when she met this guy, Almansi Sersel, at an
Look at my
Aventura
man, hold
hotel.
When I got there, he just
Hold
wanted to sniff my
Yo,
All right, when she met this guy,
yo, look at my man. Look at my man. Look at man. Look at so listen, if you're just tuning in, yo, so if you're just tuning in to hoodactionnews.com, the guy on the screen, now this happened in South Florida. He invited a woman on a date through a dating app, and when he shows up, he's trying to smell her feet or something like that. Like let's oh my God. But look at my man. The feet sniffleupagus. Yo, come up with a name. Listen, when we doing this, come up with a name for my man. I'm gonna come up with a name for my man.
Almansi Sersel at an Aventura hotel.
When I got there, he just wanted to sniff my feet, and I
Bizarre, and certainly something didn't smell right here. We've all heard horror stories about online dating, but this suspect, well, he didn't pass the smell test.
This guy asked to smell your feet?
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
Well, initially we had met up because I was going to sell him my sneakers.
She knew something didn't smell right when she met this guy, Almansi Sersel, at an Aventura hotel.
When I got there, he just wanted to sniff my feet, and I didn't feel comfortable with that.
I have to stop you there. What do you say when someone says, I want to sniff your feet?
No. No, I mean, you could have my sneakers all you want. I mean, I don't care. I'm not wearing them. And,
Yo,
they're just stinky old.
Let me tell you something. She knew what type of time it was when she was selling them sneakers. So now she done lost some credibility with me a little bit too. But my man is definitely 100% sicko. My man is definitely Jeepers Creepers. Get a load of those peepers. He's definitely Jeepers Creepers. I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Because I was going to sell him my sneakers.
She knew something didn't smell right when she met this guy, Almansi Sersel, at an Aventura hotel.
When I got there, he just wanted to sniff my feet, and I didn't feel comfortable with that.
I have to stop you there. What do you say when someone says, I want to sniff your feet?
No. No, I mean, you could have my sneakers all you want. I mean, I don't care. I'm not wearing them. And, they're just stinky old sneakers. But people like weird things.
Then things got downright scary. She says the suspect runs out of the room. She thinks with her sneakers.
I ran after him and I met him down in the parking garage.
She says he ran her over with his car.
He did a 3-point turn and actually hit me with a car, ran me over.
He ran you over.
He ran me over, and by the grace of God, I'm still standing today.
She shows us the injuries.
I've met a lot of people who have foot fetishes, obviously, and nobody has ever done anything to this caliber.
She says she's lucky to be alive.
You're charged with aggravated battery, a second-degree felony.
In his arrest report, cops say after a review of the defendant's background, he's been the subject in other incidents involving the same modus operandi.
We've covered a lot of bizarre cases. I've covered a lot of bizarre cases in my day. This is up there.
It's pretty bizarre. It was extremely bizarre for me, too. I've never experienced anything like this before.
So the victim is still frightened, and she says, look, I was truly fortunate to be alive. I was run over with a car. She tells us there is surveillance video. We're hoping to get that video sometime this week. In Aventura.
So listen. So let me go back. I'm gonna go back a little bit so she's on the screen while I'm saying that. So, all right. So let me break this down for you. You probably, all of y'all probably pretty much know what's going on here by now. Now, she's not 100. You can't hit nobody with a car, no, right? But isn't the fact that you're selling your soiled sneakers to somebody automatically weird by default? So selling your soiled, nasty ass sneaks to a random dude is already weird by default. And you know that she's involved in some type of sex work. She probably sells underwear and sneakers, right? Now, all money is not good money. So young ladies, all money is not good money, right? Now, why would you want to listen? And this is straight up to the women, right? Especially to the young women, because y'all be tripping, right? Why would you want to meet up with anybody that wants to buy your old dirty ass sneaks? So I'm gonna repeat that again. So I'm gonna repeat this again, ladies. Why would you want to meet up with anybody who wants to buy your old crusty, dirty ass, musty ass sneaks, right? And think that this dude is not out of his mind. So I'm a Dr. Umar y'all today. Ladies, why would you want to meet up with a man that wants to buy your old sneakers and think that this dude is not out of his mind? Now I'm gonna say it one more time. Yes, sir. Dr. Umar. I'm a Dr. Umar y'all today. Ladies, I'm gonna say this one more time. Why would you want to meet up with a man that wants to buy your dingy old gym track, running around the club, ass shoes or sneakers, and think that this dude is just going to be a regular dude? You know what I'm saying? Now, she's done this before. Now, she is the victim because this dummy hit her with his car. So my man is definitely going to jail. He's definitely orange jail suit. So let me put him on the screen now. Now, my man, you need to get some serious help. Cause you're listen, you're getting ready to sit in jail because you wanted to smell somebody's feet and you hit her with your car. You definitely got it bad for feet. Now, me personally, I can't stand, feet is not my thing. women's feet, that shit is disgusting to me. Your crusty ass, bunion ass toes. I don't want to smell that. I don't even want to look at them. Yo, I do not like feet, bro. Now, I mentioned this, the fellas have conversations. I'm like, yo, I don't like no feet. Oh, you don't like pretty feet? No, I don't like feet, bro. Crusty ass feet. I don't care how pretty. To me, feet can't be pretty. It's like it's a gnaw up knuckle thing. Like, how do y'all like feet? You know what I mean? Hey, some people like chocolate ice cream. Some people like Rocky Road. I don't like no feet. I don't care how much they take care of them. This is just my opinion. I don't like women, like me personally. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much you take care of them, right? How much you paint them. I don't like no feet. It's not my thing. So I don't see how y'all dudes like feet, let alone want to smell the want to smell the crust out of somebody's feet. You know what I'm saying? Pizza crust. Like, how do y'all like feet? Like, ew, yo. I don't know how y'all dudes like feet out here, man. But listen, get this soap, my man. You're going to jail. You're going to jail for going out on a date. Now, how is this a date? Like this whole thing stinks to high, smelly feet heaven. How is this a date where she wants to go out? Like, I can't even wrap my mind around that. How is this a date when you want to listen? How is this a date when there's the exchange? This dude was buying your sneaks, so this wasn't a date. So I don't even know why the news didn't ask her the question. But she got hit by a car, so by default you're the victim if he hits you with a car. But she ain't all the way right either. And he definitely ain't all the way right. You know what I mean? He ain't nowhere near right. So yeah, that y'all got that with the feet. He not the only one out there either. Listen, my man 50 grand that ran this chick over, he not the only one out there, right? There's a lot of y'all dudes like nasty ass feet out there. I don't like no feet, bro. Y'all tripping with that. Y'all are tripping. But listen, let me go over to Philly. Let me show you something else was going on in Philly, right? Now, these dudes, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this next one. But these cats, I'm gonna show you something. Speaking of getting locked up for dumb things. Now we know it's a lot of fentanyl cross country, right? And a lot of people steal weird stuff for fentanyl. But these dudes got creative with it, and they ass is in jail. So let me show you this.
On a story we first brought you last week, Philadelphia police arresting 5 people in connection with a scheme to steal copper wiring from city streetlights. Police say the thieves were actually caught in the act.
And in one night alone, they say the suspects netted $10,000 worth of copper. Our Steve Keeley live in Fishtown tonight, one of the areas hardest hit by these thieves.
Well, the city's confounded. They said they're going to stop fixing the lights because when they were doing that, the thieves would just come back and steal the copper out of the newly fixed lights. So for now, you can see City Streets Department crews are now just putting electrical tape over the plate area that's now missing where the wires are. The residents who live around here who now have dark streets are saying, hey, if the city could just protect the lights almost as much as they protect the trees, it seems, that might help.
Did a great job. They caught them in the act.
Caught these 5 men in the act of stealing the copper wiring out of Philadelphia streetlights and lampposts.
Yo,
All 5
now
facing multiple felony charges.
I'm gonna show
The
you.
5 with backpacks and a big trash.
So absolutely 1,000. Listen, absolutely 1,000,000%. All these dudes are on drugs. So ain't no doubt about it that all of these guys are on drugs. But now all different colors. There's one black dude in there, all races, everything. Drugs has no race on it. So repeat that again. Drugs has no race on it. So a lot of y'all, listen, on TikTok, when I talk about white dude, I'm gonna get straight to it. On TikTok, when a white dude commit a crime, right? A lot of y'all be like, "Oh, well, what about the black dudes?" Everybody gets it on this channel. Everybody goes, if you do a crime, listen, if you do something stupid, I'm going to talk about you. You know what I'm saying? If you do something stupid, I'm gonna talk about you. A cop, listen. Now I'm gonna tell you about my TikTok. Now you notice everybody on here is every color, every race. It's probably a black dude on there. It's probably a Rican dude on there. Listen, white dude on there, everything, right? Because this is what we live with in Philly, is everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does everything, right? Now, on my TikTok, which is Post the Moguls on the bottom of the screen, right? You'll see a lot of comments like, when I just post what this person did, people will get mad that you're saying what the person did, right? Now, when I talk about something like a cop was filming females in a cell and got arrested for it, right? He got arrested for it. So it made the news, right? So I talked about it, right? I'll have somebody come on my page. They only do this when you talk about white dudes. They'll come on my page and say, "You're talking about this. What about what goes on in your neighborhood?" Something like that. They'll say something like that. Like, listen there, guy. You're going to be on the news too if you do something. You know what I mean? So this is a case right here where I got the whole bag of Skittles. The whole bag of Skittles is on the screen, my man. So for all y'all, you putting every time I talk about a white dude, yo, the white dude shot up a school, yo, and killed kids. And you don't want me to talk about and post this dude? You're out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? But now, for that person that did that, who knows who did that? Voila, I got everybody for you at one time. You know what I'm saying? I got a Negro and a cracker up there. You know what I'm saying? I got everybody got everybody up there. You know what I'm saying? Got Tyrone. Listen. Yo, Pete, I'm telling you. I got Tyrone and I got Billy Cunningham. So let's go. Now, they stole $10,000 worth of copper. Meanwhile, people were in the dark in those street lights.
Skin on wheels filled with copper wiring.
Approximately 13 bundles of copper wire.
Damn.
From the group, and an approximate value of $10,000.
This was just from a fraction of all the copper wiring that's been stolen,
Damn.
city officials say, from so many streetlights in Port Richmond, Fishtown, and other neighborhoods, now dark with no wiring to power them on.
We've had other reports.
So, just long story short, on this case right here, this is the trickle down listen, this neighborhood runs like parallel to Kensington. Kensington is a neighborhood in Philly with all the drugs. You know what I mean? So this is definitely a drug job. People trying to get money to buy drugs. They trying to buy a lot of drugs, $10,000 worth. So they listen, they were trying to get a lot of drugs, $10,000 worth of copper wire. You know what I mean? That's a lot of Fetty. So they were doing that to buy Fetty. Now every last one of them looks like they're on drugs. So yeah, drugs is a horrible thing. Super horrible thing. So listen, I'm gonna show you this. This right here, this is diabolical. So I don't know how the algorithm is gonna like this one, but I'm going to use. Oh man, I didn't see this other one. Damn. You know how you something look, you know how something is in a story, right? And then it's more to the story, and you're like, damn. So Milwaukee attorney accused of possessing child XXX stuff, right? And animal XXX stuff. So I gotta, because of the algorithm, I don't really want to say what it is. But Milwaukee attorney accused of possessing AI generated child XXX videos or pictures and animal XXX stuff. So my man is definitely a sicko. So let's find out the details of this sicko. And that's crazy because this dude is a new technology sicko. You know what I mean? Now, if I'm a lawyer, is that technically against the law? That's why I'm kind of like, because it's computer generated, but you definitely a sicko. I definitely still put him in jail.
One side of the law to the other. A Milwaukee attorney is now charged with 10 counts of possession of virtual child porn. Waukesha County reporter Brett Lemoyne shows us how police say they caught him, and a warning: this content is graphic.
Prosecutors say 41-year-old Trevor Leverson was parked in front of Kettle Range Meat Company in Elm Grove in June. It was 10 o'clock in the morning. Multiple witnesses say they saw Leverson inside his BMW, watching videos and touching himself.
State of Wisconsin versus Trevor Leverson.
For that incident, Leverson was parked in front of...
That adds to it. Like, you already... like, bro, you already got the shit in your phone. Listen, let me put my man on the screen. Now this is the one that makes people mad, but get ready, get mad. I'm talking about the white man. Get mad. Woohoo! But listen, my man on the screen right here. First of all, he looks like the dude looks like the type, just like the dude before looked like the type of person that would buy. So listen, this is what I mean on my channel by everybody gets this work over here. You know what I'm saying? Pause. The guy at the beginning, a couple events ago that I just reported on, right? He was smelling feet. He wanted to smell the lady's feet. So the guy before wanted to smell the lady's feet and then ran her over with a car because of it, right? Dude definitely looked like the type of dude that would do something like that. This off his picture. Now, this guy right here, my main man, 50 grand, dressed in orange, definitely looks like the type of person that would do all of the above, which we're going to display and find out right here. So Timothy right there looks like the type of person that would do this. 100.
Was parked in front of Kettle Range Meat Company in Elm Grove in June. It was
just everything just stinks. Kettle, you in front of the meat company. Yo, you in front of the meat company with your meat in your hand. Pause. Like everything just stinks about this case.
10 o'clock in the morning. Multiple witnesses say they saw Leverson inside his BMW, watching videos and touching himself.
State of Wisconsin versus Trevor Leverson.
For that incident, Leverson was charged with misdemeanor disorderly conduct, but it's what police say they found on his phone that made prosecutors file felony charges. Computer-generated child pornography.
Seemingly between the ages of 2 and 12 years old, engaged in sex acts with other virtual humans, animals, and insects.
Detectives say they found, quote, AI images depicting anime and photorealistic style porn. Fox 6 obtained a search warrant for this case. Elm Grove's police chief says when he arrived on scene, he personally witnessed Leverson watching a video involving a, quote, horse and large dog.
I don't think somebody should ever be prosecuted for a crime for something that was generated by an AI program.
Leverson's attorney, Anthony Cotton, stresses his client never exposed himself.
Yeah, but you know what? That I just said that, but the fact that you're beating meat in front of the meat store, lock his ass up. So this is a crazy legal case because this is so new. And I said that before, this is so new. AI generated stuff is so new. Can you technically lock this dude up for it? I think this dude might walk on this. Now, I don't know. You're beating meat in front of the meat store. Pause.
A video involving a, quote, horse and large dog.
I don't think somebody should ever be prosecuted for a crime for something that was generated by an AI program.
Leverson's attorney, Anthony Cotton, stresses his client never exposed himself in public. He also notes Leverson is currently employed as an attorney and partner at Milwaukee law firm Halling & Ko. Cotton says a new Wisconsin law criminalizes AI-generated child porn, but that's being challenged.
Because the Supreme Court found that virtual child pornography could constitute First Amendment protected speech.
Prosecutors note the parking lot where Leverson was spotted is just yards away from a children's play center and an ice cream shop.
The court commissioner set cash bond at $10,000. Leverson is allowed internet access to contact his attorney and use it for work. Reporting in Elm Grove.
No, bro. Get his ass off the streets. So let me put Mr. Leverson on the screen. So let me put my man on the screen. So listen, let's do an analysis on Mr. Leverson. So Mr. Leverson, the guy right there with all orange on, is in the car in front of the meat store with his phone in his hand, watching AI generated child XXX movies and animal, right? Now they said when they caught him, he had the animal, he was watching the animal XXX stuff, right? With his meat in his hand in front of the meat store. And there's an ice cream shop over there. And it's a child daycare center over there. So do you think my man should go to jail? Leave a comment below. The answer is absolutely yes, right? Now, it's a lot of gray areas. It's a lot of super gray areas, right? It's a lot of gray areas. Let's see something. Let's see what they're talking about on here. So it's a lot of gray area in this, right? Now, it's a new law that even AI generated XXX stuff is against the law. But when you add, I think that this dude is going to get something for this, because listen, add in all the variables. It's children over there to the right, to the left is the ice cream store. You sitting in front of the meat shop with your meat in your hand, watching AI child generated XXX stuff and animal stuff, right? I don't want to be graphic on what everybody was doing in these videos, right? You can go back and watch the video. But absolutely, my man should go to jail, and he should be debarred because he's a lawyer. So I don't know if that's a thing. If you go to jail, can they take your bar license? They should definitely take his bar license. Because you know what this dude is going to do? This dude is going to defend somebody else who does the same thing. So I'm going to repeat that again. They should absolutely take his bar license. If you don't know what the bar is, it's the license you need to actually be a lawyer and practice law. They should take his bar license, because this guy would secretly defend other criminals who have the same behavior that he does. So, like I said, you in front of the meat store with your meat in your hand, watching child XXX stuff. Get the soap, my man. You should definitely go to jail. You know what I mean? Like, yo, how you in front of the meat store with your meat in your hand? Like, did he purposely do that? He probably planned that. He said, I'm gonna go to the meat store, I'm gonna pull out my meat, and I'm gonna watch this corn. Yeah, my man is definitely sicko. He definitely, listen, this dude is, I thought the first guy that I reported on was a sicko of the day. This dude is definitely the sicko of the day. Because this, when you're dealing with children and stuff like that, at least the other lady was grown. You know what I'm saying? Dang. So these people are sick. People are sick, man. That's why I stay in the house. People are sick out here. Now, what possessed my man to do this in front of the meat store, yo? Like, the meatloaf man. Like, what did he just come out and say? I'm the meatloaf man. Ah! Like, yo, what is my man thinking about, yo? I'm the meatloaf man. You going to jail, my man. So if you just joined in, this is hoodactionnews.com. I'm your boy Post, and we're definitely reporting on some sickos. So if you eating your food right now or whatever, like, definitely be careful, because there's some sick sickos out here. Hold up, let me see. Let's see. So listen, I want to take a look at this right here. We're gonna do this right here. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna do this one. Now, school just started, right? So school just started. If you have kids, you really have to. So listen, school just started. If you have kids, you really have to pay attention to where and what your kids are doing, right? Another thing, who your kids are actually hanging with, the activities they're doing. Now, I had a discussion last week, right? Here on hoodactionnews.com. In a 24-hour span, do you know what your kids are doing in a 24-hour span? And do you know where your kids are actually at in a 24-hour span? A lot of you, and I'm in Philly, not to say Philly parents are bad, but it's a lot of parents here. Your kids are out 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Now, as a father, you should be able to know. Now, I'm saying as a father because I'm a man, right? as a father, you should be able to, if you have boys, right? Boys get into stuff, super duper diabolical stuff at nighttime, right? If you have boys, you don't know what they're doing. You don't know if they're robbing banks. You don't know what they're doing, right? You should know where your child is at all time, boy or girl. You should definitely know where your child is at all time. Let me see. Now somebody's putting a comment on there. They write like a novel though. Let's see something. So listen, you should know where your kid is at all times. It don't matter. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Like if I'm at work and my child is supposed to be in by at least 6 o'clock at night, you're going to call home and check. You're either going to call them, where are you at? Right? Or call home wherever you with the mom or not to see if your son is in the house. Now, being that said, I'm gonna play this video. Now, this happened in Houston. So this happened in Houston. Now, 11-year-old boy killed after ding dong ditch prank in East Houston. So we call it ding dong Dixie, doorbell Dixie, right? So they got another name for it. This is the updated name for it. So 11-year-old boy killed in ding dong ditch. So that's when you ring the doorbell and run, right? Which I don't know why anybody would shoot anybody for that. Because you open the door and you don't see nobody there. Why would I shoot? So let's see what actually happened here.
In Houston's east side. The shooting happened near the intersection of Mimboro and Fidelity Streets just before 11 last night. The victim found about a block away. Police have since questioned a person in connection with that shooting, but no arrests have been made. KPRC2's Jaewon Jung has been out at the scene all day. She joins us now live with the latest. Jaewon.
Bill, good evening to you. Nearly 24 hours since the shooting took place, investigators are still on scene collecting evidence. This was a tragic situation of a doorbell prank gone wrong. Police telling us this was an isolated incident, but they now have a warning to parents.
It's just so heartbreaking and sad.
George Skinner lives just 2 houses down the street, where Houston police say a middle-aged man opened fire on a group of kids ding-dong ditching late Saturday night. An 11-year-old boy was shot in the back and died Sunday afternoon.
There's no way you can mistake that kid for somebody grown, and that's what hurts so bad.
This isn't the first time a ding-dong ditch prank has turned violent. Last month, a similar case happened in Fort Worth and in Frisco, where police there say 3 teenage boys nearly lost their lives.
They may seem like harmless pranks, but they can be very dangerous indeed.
I spoke with Sergeant Betsy Smith. She's a retired law enforcement officer who is now the spokesperson for the National Police Association.
We have had recent trends like this ding-dong ditch, which has been happening for, 50, 60 years. There's also been various TikTok challenges.
TikTok challenges like the door kick challenge caught by a Katy homeowner last month. While it's unclear if social media had anything to do with this case, Houston police has a message to parents. We've heard about pranks like this before.
Yes. I want to start out by saying Houston's a safe community, and it's sad that we're here today dealing with it now. But to answer your question, as a parent, keep a close eye on your kids.
Yo, why do people cap, yo? Why do people position cap? I've been doing reports on Houston all summer.
A sad ending to a prank indeed. Police don't believe this was a case of self-defense, and a witness reported that a handgun was used in this shooting. Now, a few hours ago, I did also see investigators recovering several firearms from this house. We're live in the East Side. Jaewon Jung, KPRC 2 News.
All right.
And see what happened. What happened is they knocked on the wrong door. I mean, you know, but what am I saying? So listen, they knocked obviously, right? So obviously they knocked on the wrong door. Let me go back a little bit. Get my man off the screen. So obviously, this 11-year-old kid knocked on the wrong door. But now Halloween is coming up. This is very important, parents. Halloween is coming up. Who your kids are hanging with and when they're hanging with these kids is probably the most important thing that you could check on. So who your kids are actually hanging with and when they're hanging with those kids is probably the two most important things that you want to pay attention for let me see, when is mischief night? It's like what is mischief night? Before Halloween, right? So mischief night is coming up. You know it's going to be a lot of doorbell Dixie. They're calling it something else, but we call it doorbell Dixie, right? The person who shot this kid is 100% in the wrong, because when you come outside, right? When you come outside, somebody trying to break in your crib. Now, did they think somebody was trying to break in? That's the question, right? But if you don't see nobody or you don't hear the door keep moving, it's certain key indicators that you know somebody's either trying to break into your crib or it's just a prank. Because if you come outside and if you open the door and you don't see nobody, you know it's just some kids doing a prank. So this person is definitely going to jail, and it's no self-defense, right? Now, if these kids opened the door and were in your house, this would be a whole different case. Because if a kid comes in your house with the shiesty mask on and you shoot him, that's an unfortunate situation, right? But who your kids, or especially the boys, who your kids are hanging out with and when they're hanging out with them, right? Because if your kid is out 2:00 in the morning on a Monday night, you know it's a big possibility that they're going to get into something that they're not supposed to be in. So if your kid is out 2, 3, I was going to say 4, but 1, 2, 3, 12, 1, you know what I mean? Like between 12 and 2. If your kid is out, like, come on now. You know your kid is going to get into something. Because listen, like, I'm in Philadelphia. If you drive past Temple University, it's a bunch of little kids out all night. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. If you drive past Temple University in Philadelphia on Brewer Street, it's a bunch of little ass kids out late as night around Temple, and they little ass is not in college. You know what I mean? They're not in college. And this is just some Philadelphia stuff. Now, this happened in Houston, but what just happened here is going to happen in every state across the United States. Now, for this guy that shot, I mean, it's a rap for you. You killed the kid, right? But for something similar, like get a paintball gun or something, man. Get you a BB gun, right? You know, at least the kid would be alive. Like, get you a paintball or BB gun. Now, I don't know how easy it is to load up a paintball for it to be ready to shoot, but get you a paintball gun or something that's not going to kill the person. You know what I'm saying? If they want to prank, I could prank too. You know what I mean? You knock on my door, you're gonna have paint all over your ass. Your mom will have to clean your ass up. So maybe something like that, right? Don't come outside with, if you know some kids is doing a prank, don't come outside with the AK-47. Maybe come outside, like, you got to fight fire with fire, right? So if a kid is doing a prank, fight fire with fire, right? They pranking, all right, I'm a prank. I'm gonna shoot your ass with the paint gun. You know what I mean? Now, the problem is some of them might come back with real guns. But the kids that are playing Doorbell Dixie or whatever they want to call this, the doorbell prank, the TikTok prank, whatever they want to call this on the update, right? I'm gonna still call it Doorbell Dixie. You know what I mean? If the kids are doing that, then obviously you're not going to run all these kids down. Get you a paintball gun or something like that. If they want to prank, do prank for prank, something like that. But don't go out there with a real gun. Now, you really don't want to do anything because they're kids, right? But I'm saying instead of a real gun, use a paintball gun or something like that. That's what I'm saying. Because like you still don't want to get assault charge, you know what I mean, on that type of time, but do something pranky back. You know what I mean? Don't go shoot the kid in the back. Because I'm going to be honest with you. If that was a full-blown adult robber and you shot him in the back, you're probably still going to jail. Now, Texas has different laws, but I know in like Philadelphia and some of these other states, they tend to like criminals for some reason, right? If you shoot them in the back, then you're probably going to go to jail also. Even if that kid wasn't an adult, this person was going to jail is what I'm trying to say. You can't shoot people in the back. They're fleeing the scene. You know what I'm saying? They got their back turned and you didn't see any guns or anything. So you're going to have a hard time beating that case, you know, and I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just using common sense. So, definitely be safe out here. Definitely, you definitely want to be safe out here. And you gotta think about, pretty much you gotta think about what you're doing before you do it. You can't just go out firing at kids up the street. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of super extra diabolical stuff. Let's end this with something funny. So let's end this with something funny today. You know what I mean? So this video is very funny. I don't know how this happened. So it says raccoon caught on camera hitching a ride. So I'm gonna end this off with something funny. So this raccoon was caught on camera in the back of somebody's pickup truck. Now, this is a real this is not AI generated. This is a real video. So they probably, if this made the news, they verified, was this a real video already? So I thought it was an AI generated video, but it's not. So take a look at it.
Oh, let's see. Oh, stop. That's hilarious. Caught on camera in the Bay Area. A raccoon on a joyride in the back of a pickup truck. Emily McAdams says that she was driving to work in San Mateo just last month when she spotted this cool raccoon in the bed of the truck. She just had to record some video to remember the sweet ride. In the summer breeze.
Like the wind in his hair.
Yes. Oh, by the way, she said it seemed like the driver didn't notice the stowaway. So imagine all of this happening.
I can't tell if he likes it or if he's trying to get out.
Let's go with he likes it.
Woo.
And he's like, it's Sunday fun day.
I'm a bandit.
Can a driver really go that long without looking in the rearview mirror?
Right. Okay, now it looks Casey like he's like, oh, okay.
But maybe he knows not to jump.
Yeah, that was crazy. My man hitched a ride.
And authorities are trying to locate a Lancaster man who they are calling a person of interest.
Yeah, that was old video popped up. YouTube going rogue. But listen, let me go back to the video I just had up there. So
let's see. Oh, stop.
Yo, I don't know how the raccoon actually got up there, but that's funny as hell.
Hair.
Yes. Oh, by the way, she said she.
Let me go back. Yo, these animals are people, yo. Like, that's your cousin. Yo, how did my man just get in the back of the Yo, how did he just get in the back of the thing like that? But yo, I wanted to end that on a lighter note. Nothing really to talk about here, but an animal carjacking. Animal carjacking. But that, just a funny video for y'all to take a look at. Now, I do got another video. Let me see. Do I want to show this? Yo, I am going to show this. I do got one more video. Let's end this off with this. I got one more video. This video is crazy, yo. I don't know how this kid got up here. This is the kid. Hold up. Let me find this. This is actually the kid that was on the monorail. I don't know how he got up there. Let's see. So this is at an amusement park in Pennsylvania where the kid was walking on the tracks of the monorail. Now, the kid is okay, but I don't even know how this kid got up there. Let's take a look.
Frightening scene in Pennsylvania. A young boy walking high up on the monorail tracks at Hershey
Park.
The dramatic rescue effort captured on camera. Here's ABC's Perry Russell.
Tonight, the terrifying video. A little boy standing dangerously on the edge of the monorail track at Hershey Park in Pennsylvania. The boy walking the metal beam as people on the ground yell for him to stop. Others yelling, keep going.
Stop! Keep going! No, keep going!
The young child reported missing Saturday evening, separated from his parents. He was spotted on the track 20 minutes later. Apparently overwhelmed and confused, the boy covers his ears. A bystander jumps into action, climbing on the roof of a nearby ice cream shop, clapping for the boy's attention. The man then makes the dangerous decision to jump on the track. He pulls himself up as the boy walks toward him, lifting him to safety.
Yes! Oh my God.
It comes just a month after 9-year-old Sophia Subidi, seen in this GoFundMe, tragically drowned in the wave pool at Hershey Park. The first guest.
Damn, now look, why did they tie that in with that? That's all. I just wanted to show that. They tied that in with that. Why did they tie that in with that? They try to really destroy Hershey Park. But yo, we would be done. Listen, we wouldn't be at the seeing those two things. No, we could just go. We could get on the little bumper cars and get the cotton candy. I don't know about the stuff up high. Nope. Nope. Or you can let your kids get on it. Y'all can get on it. We get life insurance for you. I loved you. Hey, yo, what Martin saying? You so crazy. He said, we ain't coming to save you in that burning building. I loved you. Listen, your mommy ain't coming up there to save you. Listen, your kid stuck on that roller coaster, mommy ain't coming up there to save you. I loved you, baby. You speaking in past tense. I loved you. Do you still like hearts? I put hearts on your coffin. You ain't saving your kid. So you got to make a conscious decision with it. Like, now, I don't want to make light of that, but that kid, they said that kid was missing. You know what I mean? So I don't know how my man, but listen, 100%. When he grows up, he needs to be a fireman because he wasn't even scared to be. Listen, I'm scared of heights. I would have been up there like I would have been scared to walk. He wasn't even scared to walk back and forth for nothing. They definitely should push him being a fireman. When he grows up, he'll be a vicious fireman. Definitely. You know what I mean? So listen, this is your boy Post. This is hoodactionnews.com, fresh out of Philadelphia. Excuse me. Little burping. Little water burping. So this is your boy Post, fresh out of Philadelphia, hoodactionnews.com. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'll be back in here tomorrow, 6:15 Eastern Standard Time. Leave a comment, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Now, let me see something. No, we ain't putting that up there. People be putting comments up there. Let me see. Nah. Writers. No, I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say here. But listen, make sure you like, share, subscribe. And this is hoodactionnews.com. If you want to talk about something, let me know in the chat and I could drop the link and we can actually talk about something. If you want to talk about a social issue, it's a lot of different things going on. The lead story was with Chicago. I don't want to make this an all politics channel, but I am going to talk about politics because it's an adult thing and it is what it is, right? But like, share, subscribe, man. You know what I mean? It's your boy Post. See the subscribe button, hit that, and I will see you tomorrow, 6:15. So people ask what time the show starts, 6:15, right? Holla at your boy.